Yeah, I have tea too, actually. Peppermint tea with honey. The usual. Alright. Welcome, everybody who's tuning in from a couple of weeks ago. I missed last week. A lot of stuff going on. I'll still do a makeup day during the week here. Yes, I do always have tea because I love me some tea. But I always use honey for sweetener. I consume a lot of honey. But why not? It's only the best food stuff, you know, on earth, so. Let's see if I can remember where the heck we were. We are trying to find the Spencer family crests, I believe. We need to get outside the mansion, but that's also really dangerous, and it's at this point of the game that the dreaded hunters appear. And between those and the Crimson Heads and some of the other surprises that are in store, this is definitely going to be a little bit tough. But we'll see what happens. Nothing a little hot tea can't cure, I'm sure. I've got my nifty is here. Let me alt tab to something brighter. My nifty Nintendo Switch Pro controller. Actually, that's what I use to play this one, and it works amazingly well. Okay, go ahead and load this up. Early, yes and no. I think I'm just about to the point. I might have all 4 death masks. I'm about to go confront Mr. Crimson Head in that coffin. But still relatively early. I still haven't gone into the underground lab with the sharks and everything, and so there's lots of oh shit moments coming up. Oh yeah, I've got to refamiliarize myself with the controls because I've been playing Resident Evil 2, and here actually next Friday, for this Freaky Friday segment, I think what I'm going to do is probably play Resident Evil 2. But, I thought it'd be kind of fun to start with where it all began. Okay, do I want to go loaded for bear? The problem is, unless I go and drop off, take 3 of the masks, and then come back and get some more gear, and go back with the final mask, I'm not going to be able to carry very much here. And I don't want to use the first aid spray, because even though I don't think my final score will be all that great, it's still going to tank it pretty good, so we'll just see what happens, I guess. Let's see if I can beat him with the shotgun, and I could take 1 incendiary round or something in there. Should take care of him pretty quickly. One hopes. What is it loaded with? That's the question. I think it's just grenade rounds. Okay. We'll take the incendiaries because, kill it with fire. Okay, so I believe we are ready. We're not terribly far. We are here, and we need to go here, and then go out to this place. So it's not real far, and hopefully I don't get murdered by everything on the way. See, this room, I think I cleared those zombies last time, but it's been a couple of weeks, and you never know. Yeah, I remember when we were playing through this that first time, it's it follows some of the same beats early, and then you get outside the mansion and there's Lisa Trevor and the sharks are different, and just they start throwing all kinds of new stuff at you, and it's all very cool but very stressful. And I don't remember what I have left alive, so I'm just gonna book it. notoriously poor sense of direction. Okay. We need to hang right and go out this way. See, I fought the snake once. Okay, did I take these guys out? I hope I took these guys out. Yeah, and they started expanding on the lore. So that's why I really think until the Resident Evil 2 remake, I really think this was the best in the series. Now, Resident Evil 2, the original, was the game I started with. It's still kind of my favorite of the series, or was. The remake definitely not only did it justice, but really, I think cemented itself as the definitive Resident Evil experience. And I'm hoping between the success of that and Resident Evil 7 that they're going to go back and, remake Resident Evil 3, maybe Code Veronica, and possibly reboot the series. I'd be okay with that if they used this and the Resident Evil 2 remake as like a jumping off point for kind of a reboot, because as hilarious and meme worthy as some of the later Resident Evils got to be, they got so over the top and so ridiculous that it just, the best the series was this era, I think. I know Resident Evil 4 is pretty divisive in that sense, but, because a lot of people think it injected, oh boy, fresh blood into the series. Some people think it ruined it, and it did start the kind of over-the-top action movie. There was always, were always some over-the-top elements, but not quite to the degree that, Resident Evil 4 made it. And so, I don't know, I would like to see a reboot, honestly, and a Resident Evil 3 remake in the vein of the Resident Evil 2 remake and this one would be absolutely amazing. Nemesis, my favorite monster in the series, and I would just absolutely love to see him in glorious HD, terrorizing you all throughout the series. Okay, I suppose I should equip a weapon. We'll start with the shotgun, see what happens. I mean, I know what to do with the shotgun. I use the explosive end toward the enemies, right? Or maybe I just run up and whack them with it. Come at me, bro. Whoa! Not what I meant to do. Shit, I don't have any defensive items, and I don't have any healing. But that's okay. I do, however, have grit. Ooh, and a fresh thing of shotgun shells. Was there a hotkey? There was in some of them. Yeah, maybe I'm thinking of Resident Evil 5. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. Oh. Stone metal object, which I believe is one of the crests we were looking for. Oops. There's nothing unusual. You mean besides the fact that this thing... Oh no, this isn't the crest. This will let me get to where I need to go, though. Nothing unusual besides the fact that this thing was chilling in a blood-soaked coffin with a vampire/zombie. Nah, nothing unusual. Who the hell is tending these fires? That's what I want to know. Who has been here recently enough to tend those fires? I mean, they get A for effort for really committing to that creepy imagery, but yeah, I mean, that's kind of the shittiest job in the mansion, other than maybe cleaning out the zombie dog cages. I think, yeah, not touching on the movies, I'll just say I'm not going to, like, hate on somebody for liking what they like, generally. Obviously there are reasonable exceptions, but, I'm not a fan of the movies at all. I can't say. They're not Resident Evil movies. They have nothing to do with the series at all. You can use some of the same names, but I mean, you know, they're about as much Resident Evil movies as TriStar's 1998 Godzilla movie was an actual Godzilla movie, which is to say not really at all. But, you know, I mean, if you like them, you like them. I wasn't at all a fan. Am I going the right way? No, I am not. You know, so anyway, you know, not counting the movies, yeah, Resident Evil 3 remake would be amazing. You could take, like, the HD remaster and especially Resident Evil 2 remake and pretty much just translate those directly to the screen, and they'd be pretty good movies, but one thing I was hoping that you would get to do a little bit more of in the Resident Evil 2 remake, and you get a little bit of it, but not very much, is run around Raccoon City more. And that is something... See, normally my paranoid self would save here, but I have one ink ribbon left, and it's not that difficult to beat the Crimson Head guy. I need to organize this. I think I need 2 of these to go where I want to go. So a Resident Evil 3 remake would be amazing in that sense. Being able to run around high definition, you know, just really atmospheric Raccoon City would be amazing. And terrifying with Nemesis on your tail, but that's kind of the point. Okay. Really could use a green herb. The crest, or the stone and metal object, I believe I use under the stairs actually in the main lobby. I probably should have done that as I came through. I'm trying to remember if that's the place you do it. I think it is. I might as well get it done. Let's see, I don't have any of the keys. So I think I've unlocked everything that I can with those. You know what I think they should do, and I keep trying to... I need to email Capcom. I should just email them, like, you know, every other day for the next 2 years or something is. If you've never played them, the Resident Evil Outbreak games were absolutely incredible on the PS2. They're some of the best Resident Evil gaming that you can get. And the problem was they came out on the PS2, which was a great system, you know, and they were online playable. The problem is it was kind of just before like online console gaming really got huge. And I think if they digitally, you know, if they remastered the Outbreak games and then put them on like PlayStation Network and wonder what's on the other side of this door. Well, it doesn't sound good. If they remastered the Outbreak games and then put them on Steam, PlayStation Network, and Xbox Live, you'd be able to bring them back to. I mean, they could remaster them to look like this game, because they looked pretty similar to the original remake. And you could do some pretty incredible stuff. Helmet key. I thought I had the helmet key. Maybe not. In the multiplayer aspect, and it's all really, really fun stuff. I mean, hell, you can go to Raccoon City Zoo. So that door's locked, that door's locked. Okay, where... You can go to the Raccoon City Zoo, and there's a zombie elephant there. So amid, zombie lions and hyenas and, all kinds of other things that... Like, if you could help it, the last place you would ever want to go is the zoo. I don't have any of the keys. Where the heck? I don't have the emblem. I do have one of the crests, but I don't think it'll let me get out of the mansion yet or into Spencer's office. I suppose I can go check. I mean, the worst thing that happens is I die. Yeah, the Outbreak games, seriously, they would be, just unbelievably good. They're already some of the best Resident Evil gaming that you can get. And I think, so that's the one that I need to go to. If I were Capcom, that's what I would do, because I'm pretty sure they would sell, especially considering that there's this big resurgence now in people wanting classic Resident Evil gaming. And oh shit, that didn't sound good. What I should probably not do is go back and check that. I'm sure it's safe. So there's this big resurgence in, a desire for classic Resident Evil gameplay, which understandably so, because it's just, I think it was when the series was at its best. The Outbreak games provide that. They provide a multiplayer version of the game that's also still tense and scary, and offers some good story and some glimpses. It's very good Resident Evil gameplay, and it'd be worth revisiting. And then they could release new scenarios and stuff for those games as DLC. I really think it would be a good idea. I need to try to get Capcom's attention on this, especially now, because as they're raking in the accolades and no doubt the profits on the Resident Evil 2 remake, and deservedly so. Now would be a good time to point out that, the masses want more of this. Honestly, if it was up to me, I would be taking the Resident Evil Outbreak games and more or less turning them into an MMO, except, like, very much a survival-oriented thing. Not, like a grind fest, but take that gameplay that the games have and make it a little more persistent. And you're really onto something, I think. Okay, hopefully there's not a first aid spray in here. Just a regular green herb would be nice. Yeah. I mean, if I have to, I have to. I don't think my end of the game score is going to be all that great anyway. There's still something. Oh, I think it was an ink ribbon. Yeah. So, should I grab that? The problem is I don't have any more space. So, I think no. Oh, actually, yes. Because, I'm going to be heading to an item box here in just a moment anyway, so... Yeah, the Outbreak games as a persistent kind of MMO-esque thing, I think would actually be really good, and that should take care of this room. Yeah, okay. I think that would be something special. Honestly, more people need to see those games because they're absolutely just incredibly good. You know, there's a large variety of characters that you can play as, and they all have different abilities. And you know, some of them team up well, and you can use different strategies to try to survive, and it just really was a good example of how to do Resident Evil right, especially multiplayer. Much more so, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and save it. Much more so than like Resident Evil 5 and 6 were. Which, you know, I had fun playing those online. I mean, don't get me wrong, spent many hours doing Mercenaries mode on those. But they definitely weren't, you know, nearly as tense and nearly as satisfying to play, I think, as the older ones like this. So I have the Wind Crest. Do I want to try to take it over there? I don't have a key. That's the thing. I need to find one of the keys that I'm missing. The helmet key. And I'm trying to remember which of these locked doors I can possibly get to. You know, we'll combine those and then save that for when we're really going to need it. Because that's a full heal, and right now it's the only one I've got outside of the first aid sprays. So I'm actually pretty close to where I want to be, except for that damn door is still broken, so I'm going to have to go around. I'm going to have to go way out of my way. Eventually it will be fixed. So, you know, they call the repairman out here. It's just a little late getting here on account of the zombie dogs, but yeah, I can't get through there just yet, so I'm gonna have to take the long way. The only other thing I can do is go check that red door that's over here on the right, but I thought that was a helmet key door also. You actually run a little faster without a weapon equipped. I think I covered this on the last stream of this, but whew. Okay, well, worth coming in here regardless. So, yeah, you run a little faster with no weapon equipped. I found that out doing or watching speedrun videos. Helmet key, okay, I thought so. Realistically, most of the locked doors here are either helmet key or locked from the other side. Yeah, so I found that out watching the speedrun videos. So you move a little bit quicker without a weapon equipped. And it's an interesting feeling to do it because it's kind of taking away your only real sense of security. No knob on this door, I can't go through. Well, that's fine, I didn't want to anyway, you jerk. Drop off this red herb. I think I have to go downstairs to get to where I want to go anyway. Okay, let's see, how do we get here? Realistically, it's this red door that's right here. Hopefully you guys can see that mouse cursor when I do that, or I'm gonna look kind of crazy. Hello. Thank you for joining, everybody who's here. I am glad to have you, and I'm just happy to show off how honestly great this game was, or still is. Especially even though the Resident Evil 2 remake is out, and like I say, next week we'll probably be doing that, or maybe a crisp playthrough on this. So I don't believe this door is fixed yet, so I have to go all the way around, which means, yikes. Hey. I'm gonna have to go back through the hallway where the door most ominously opened, but as long as it wasn't a Crimson Head that came through, I'm okay. So I need to go there, and go down the stairs. I'm gonna have to run through the dog hallway, which is that L-shaped one in the lower right corner. Which, yay. No wonder Jill keeps in such great shape. That fitness regimen of running from zombies of various varieties and backtracking all throughout a match. Whoa, buddy. That was not cool. Just for that. Off with his head. You actually coming around, or... I mean, if we're trying to play hide and seek, you're kind of bad at it. There you go. I give you mercy. Aha, shout out to anybody who watches Z Nation. Fun show. Also filmed right here near my own hometown. Okay. Alright. So, let's see. I don't really want to run through the dog hallway, but at least they don't turn into Crimson Heads, although I always thought it would be kind of cool to see. So those of you that know the Lickers from Resident Evil 2, which are much nastier in the remake, holy shit. Those are actually human zombies. That's what they continue to mutate into. I know I talked about this a bit too, but... Oh, yay, he's trapped back there. Cool. Yeah, I'm not going to waste the ammo on you, buddy. If I had my knife, I would kill him with that, but... zombies look undead in this setting, but they're really not. They just are mutated, and a lot of... they have the way the virus works and stuff is as they're mutating, certain things, circulatory systems and stuff. A lot of tissue kind of necrotizes. As I recall, there are quite a few dangerous things around here. Woo! You can tell Jill's been training with Piccolo. She actually learned how to dodge. Zombies aren't undead, they're just mutating. Spencer family emblem, which, now I don't believe I used the wind crest here. Actually, I think I used that outside to get. So there probably wasn't a whole lot of point in coming here. But we can go take a look. I think I'm gonna take care of a pesky issue out here as well. So I keep getting off track. The zombies, they're mutating, and what human zombies eventually... Damn, persistent bastard. I don't have any ammo to reload. No! defiler of the accursed cuff. Ah, okay. Well, there we go. I need to go get that stone and metal object. If I can pull it back out of the thing. I should have come here first, but it's been a while since I played, so it kind of adds to the fun of figuring it all out again. Now, oh boy, I've got to try to dodge these freaking zombies again. Or kill them. No, no, nope, no I don't. Well, I will, I guess, on the way back through, but... So, you know, I thought it'd be cool to see what, like, the other types of... And it's really only mammals that zombify. And so I thought it'd be kind of cool to see what other types of T-virus zombies mutate into, you know, lickers or whatever else they become. Now, if I was smart, well, we're not. I would reload my save because I just saved it before going out there and save myself some trouble and, you know, ammo and health. But you know, that kind of ruins the experience. I think I don't really feel like save scumming, so we'll just do this the boneheaded way. So I need to get. Okay, yeah. I need to go this way anyway to get to where I want to go. I think I may use the shotgun to try to remove some of those zombies in that hallway, though. I'm going to have to go through there a few times. And frankly, you just can't afford to get grabbed too many times. For all Jill is easier to play than Chris, it's only in certain respects, and typically she can't take as much damage as he can. And all of them are 90-pound weaklings compared to friggin' Billy Cohen in Resident Evil 0. Guy, I swear to God, I've gotten hit by hunters 3 times with swipes, and still been in fine, in green. Dude was a tank. He was pretty ridiculous. Oop, nope, I need to actually stay down here. So, yeah. And actually, I have the Resident Evil 0 HD remaster, which is another thing I can do on this segment. That would be pretty cool. So you just stay right there, guy. And then once I get here, I'll check chat again. For those of you who don't know, I'm still on a single monitor setup, so... you know, bear with me, and then eventually I'll have a better setup for doing the... God, the zombie dogs are creepy looking. Zombie animals have always been, I don't know, to me, like, I like my zombie settings to have zombie animals, because I find them, very freaky compared to, like, regular human zombies. Shit. Hell... If we can get 2, and not only did we not get him, there we go. So, yeah, don't mind me, I'm just blowing away your buddies. Oh, shit. And now I am hurting pretty badly. Come at me. Tried to wait until I saw the whites of his brains, but that didn't work out too well. Oh well, we're making progress. At the cost of about 12 pounds of flesh, but whatever. What's a few zombie bites in the long run? The answer, I'm pretty sure, is one of us, but... Okay, once I get this set up, I will check. I want to say on the other side there are supplies too, but That's why I'm not too stressed about it yet, but we will see. And definitely thanks everybody who is here. Thank you for everybody who's here. I appreciate it. Just starting out and trying to get established here. And so, you know, it really, really counts. It really helps you being here and participating. Plus, it's more fun, you know, doing these things with friends around. Yeah, lots of supplies here. Battery pack, sure, why not? Jill's got to fire up the Game Boy. That first aid spray, I think I'm just going to leave. That leads out to... Now, let me see here. Yeah, and this was about the part, and my friend Treedale in chat here. Oh yeah, here we go. So where does the... I need to go refamiliarize myself with the layout. When we were first playing through this, both being longtime Resident Evil fans, and you know, and this remake just being so full of promise that it then delivered on, you know, 10 times over. This was the part where the game really starts to deviate from the original, and by the time you get to the point...
This is Brad. If you can hear me, just give me a sign. Anything.
Jill to Brad.
Yeah, how about a middle finger, Brad? You asshole. You left us all behind.
Broken.
Yes, at least he's coming back, but... this was pretty much the point of the game where you're kind of... Oh, shit. You're kind of on your own. So, don't mind me, 3 zombie dogs. I'm just gonna grab this herb. And, now, there is a trick here. They don't come at you immediately if you don't run. Notice how they're not going berserk. Now, if I get close, I'm pretty sure, and that doesn't, yeah, that didn't last long, but it lasted enough time. Sometimes you can kind of sneak past them in plain sight that way. But yeah, this is the part of the game where things deviate so much from the original that it was all new, and we were just kind of flying blind, and it was great. You know, that and the other surprises like the Crimson Heads and some of the other things they did. Now look at that. Does that or does that not just scream Haunted Forest? Well, it's dangerous to go alone, Jill. There is a switch here. Do I need them? Okay. Yeah, as I recall... Werewolves?
Barry?
Wesker. James. Ineffective. It's it. Stay away. Forest outside mansion.
Oh, you mean
Hey.
where I currently am right now? Thanks. And it's Alice in Chains, and you're not going to need a gun there, even though that's going to be a pretty rockin' show. So, come on. Barry, gosh. There is a switch here. Press it, or I could just stop the thing by hand. But boy, does Spencer Oswell E. Spencer. Damn it. Boy, does he enjoy his cloak and dagger stuff. But you know, people do. And I mean, it's... Oh, no, we need him to face away from the path. So I think we're gonna go... north. Alright, let's see if that did it. There's a file you find somewhere about having to, you know, turn the Guardians away, but... oh, one of them isn't. To unlock the gate. So I'm going to need this guy who's currently facing north to face west instead, it looks like. And he was the red one. Yeah, this is the part where, you know, everything started to change, and you know, from the original, and it was so good. Yeah, there we go. I mean, surely gel with some gel that would probably help, but surely Jill could, you know, just slip through the gate somewhere. I don't know. We'll see. Now, if you'll remember, the crows are okay until you shoot. Usually. I suppose I don't necessarily want to leave this to trust. When the wind sweeps across the earth, stars will shine in the heavens. Yeah, very poetic, Oswell. Maybe they're like the dogs too, where if you run near them, it'll aggravate them, or maybe they just they lose their shit after some time. The ghosts of Christmas past. See, you know, like Chris Redfield. Ha ha ha. Thinking I hear a zombie. Thought I did. But then again, you're running around a place that looks like this after having dealt with all of that in the mansion. You're going to be hearing zombies everywhere you go. So, despite Barry's dire warning to stay the hell away from Derek Zoolander, I mean the mansion, or the forest outside the mansion, I don't really have much of a choice. Use that. Will I take the green herb? Yes, I will. Will I roll that shit up? Yes, I will. There we go. Well, not the worst situation. Except for that inventory space is killer in this game. So, I happen to know what's out here. I have played through this. But this, the first time, was such a huge surprise. And, you know, it really added to the entire experience. Now, I really actually would like to save it, but I don't have ink ribbons. Oh yeah, this was a messed up. This was one of the more messed up of the of the files or the diaries in the game, because it's talking about George Trevor helped construct the mansion, and then he got disappeared. So, you know, all the secrets of the mansion and stuff pretty much live only with him and the people who work here. And it's just one of those, generally, you know, you're not going to be allowed to survive with that inside information. and his family too, and what happens. The thing that you hear moaning like that's Lisa Trevor, his daughter, and Umbrella were not kind to her. Ooh, item box. We don't need the blue herb yet because that is for poison, although there will be times, and I'm just warning you, if anybody in the chat is arachnophobic, just be warned. It's this won't be a safe space forever in that regard, but okay, so saved. I feel a little better if I get murdered, and I happen to know what is coming here, so you know, it's cozy little cabin. I love how the crank is all the way out here, as opposed to like anywhere near the mansion where it would be useful. Well, somebody's home. Now, how this didn't kill Jill, I have no idea, considering how strong that actual attack is. Like, her gray matter should be splattered everywhere, but you know, we'll take it for the sake of dramatic tension. Also, I'm not sure why Lisa didn't finish her while she was down, but it may be this thing was a little girl, so ow, dick. Oh no, whatever shall I do? Get the hell out of here is what I need to do. And then yeah, she's become more or less has a surprising immunity or resistance to or ability to adapt to like the various viruses that they use. So they pretty much did well, we're gonna throw everything we have at her and see what happens. And oh, I did hear a zombie. In the future. That's how good I am. Don't mind me. It's crippled, bleeding out. Don't believe I have to go back out there. And I don't recall if Lisa's there. If you do. Yeah, there might be a place to, but it's not really the type of thing I want to muck about with. You saw that one glancing blow took me from fine nearly into danger. So Lisa, definitely you don't want to tangle with her, and if you didn't know, you can't kill her. Part of her mutations is you know, are this ridiculous ability to adapt and just overcome any kind of trauma, and that's why they kept injecting her with various viruses, and that's part of partially how they derived the G virus. That is featured so heavily in Resident Evil 2. And I want to say, as I recall in the original lore, now they may have changed this, and it's been a while since I looked into it, so I might be wrong, but that's also, that's how they developed the Nemesis parasite as well, so, and he was a tough son of a bitch, so, you know, she's kind of this just unkillable, unholy amalgam of all these terrible mutagenic viruses. So pretty much like any little girl. I'm just kidding, I'm just kidding. Somebody says true. Oh no, because of the Forbidden Forest. Yeah, oh yeah, I'm sure. Nobody here in chat has any experience with anybody like that. Let's see here. We will be seeing the snake again too, so you know, consider yourself warned. and I can generally remember when we'll be facing him again. So, okay, where in the mansion did I need to use the crank? I could have sworn there was a place that I needed to. Was it outside? Damn. I don't remember. It wasn't there, it wasn't there. That's a mirror hallway, it wasn't that door. I think the red one on the left side here is also a helmet key. Now, I think at the moment I'm on the right track here and just need to pretty much just keep going. It means going out here with the zombie dogs, which is never really a good time, but I like snakes. I think snakes are cool. I don't think the giant snake in this one is all that nice of a dude, though. I mean, but he's straight up trying to eat me, so. Oh, come on. That was some bullshit. The game just decided to round up on that one. Yeah, close enough. We'll give you a gold star anyway. And by gold star, we mean human to eat. I ought to go back there and kill them, but ammo's at a premium. And when small snakes here, so just so you know, kind of wish I'd brought that blue herb now. In the Resident Evil 2 remake, as you'll see when we get to that, it's very much like the classic games where you simply don't have enough ammunition to kill everything. And you're better served by running where you can. You know, and kind of figuring out, it's like, okay, this hallway is full of zombies, but I have to go back and forth through here a lot, then I'm going to kill them, you know. But ammo ended up very scarce. There were a couple of times on that Resident Evil 2 playthrough that I wasn't sure how I was going to get through a given segment, and that was playing conservatively with the ammo. So, you know, I like it. I mean, it definitely makes it tense, and it's like the classic games in that sense. This one is fairly similar. You just don't have, even though right now I'm doing okay as far as you know, like ammo for the pistol and stuff. The pistol isn't all that effective, and it's just not enough to kill everything. Oh, damn it. Aha, I abused the animation to get away from your attack. That's how slick I am. Do the shit Matrix style, yo. And we need the battery. My little battery pack, unfortunately, not going to get it done. Get away from me. And you can waste all kinds of ammo trying to shoot the crows as well. And for all I know, they just respawn. It's really just easier to avoid them. It's just these games you have to... do I want 2 full heals? Yes, I believe I do. These games you really just have to... you know, conserve it as much as you can. And see, this would actually be kind of a decent looking place, except for the crawl spaces here that look like zombie dogs or some other unholy beast could inhabit. But see, spiders, I could see that. I mean, you know, I like spiders and snakes as far as it goes, but oh, there are the snakes. Little fuckers. Pardon my French, but they try to poison you. That's a status effect that they inflict in a way. Snakes are venomous. These snakes are, but not poisonous. Not that it really matters. But at least they provide some blue herbs here. Wow, plenty. Now let's see where we are at. Let's try these doors. Alright, a safe room. That theme, that safe room theme, you'll quickly learn is your best friend before too long. Just like it was in Resident Evil 2, which I first really cut my teeth on. You hear that safe room piano theme start up, and you know that this is a good place. Not that it helps you against the things that are lurking in the hallway just outside the door, but they can't get you in here at least. Kerosene, unnecessary, I think. I don't think I'm going to need to carry 2 full heals. I don't remember if I'm going to need the crank again anytime soon, but you never know when you're going to get that fixed. So, I might as well toss this first aid spray in the item box so that I have access to it at least. I don't know that I'm going to need to bother with burning too many bodies at this point. I mean, we're moving into the part of the game